Alright, so the Miners Haven 2019 Christmas event has officially ended, and you can no longer obtain gifts from Jak'uhfdor on the mountain up there. All the presents are openable, and their items are now available for you to enjoy. Uh, so for this video, we're going to be ranking all the exotic gifts you can get from Jak'uhfdor. So that does not include any of the collectible gifts, only the exotic ones. There are 11 of them, so we're gonna have 11 little storage units, makeshift, that we're gonna unbox. The first one, realistically, the first two actually, uh, will be the Spectre of Christmas Present, unboxed from the Haunted Buried Green Gift, and the Ghost of Christmas Past, unboxed from the Haunted Floating Purple Gift. Let's move them together. So these little boys or girls, I can't really tell, are both super portable. Like, they could be, I believe it's 6 units from, the conveyor can be like 6 or 5 units away, and the upgrade can still hit it. So that gives you a lot of wiggle room in the back, which I love to see. It. And additionally, another reason why these are just absolutely amazing is if you have all 3 of them, which you should be able to have, to be honest, these will be able to do a whopping and absolutely massive, and I'm not even joking, just large upgrade, 620 times, 600, I can't do math, 360 times since the basic iron mine is worth 2. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. From just 3 little upgraders, and they take like no space at all. So with all those considered, these 2 are by far, in my opinion, the best upgraders to come out of this game. Come out of this update from Jack, anyways. Moving on, got a big one over here, and you might be able to guess what it is based off of the little star up there. But it's the Santa's Castle. I'm not gonna show you exactly how to use it or exactly the multipliers, because yeah. But this item will do times 10 regularly. However, if your ore was upgraded by a few Christmas upgraders, such as both the Santa's Sleighs, a Snow Globe Refiner, or a Gingerbread House, to name a few, this will actually get a boost of times 2. So if you use 3 of them, it'll boost it by times 6. So instead of giving you times 10, it'll give you times 16. Also, if your ore is red or green, it will boost it by times 3. So I believe it was somewhere stated that the max multiplier of this item is times 27, which is definitely a good multi to have. And though it's pretty large, it's also pretty fast, the conveyor. It's nothing breakneck, but it's still pretty good. So it's not too much of a bother, actually. And this was unboxed from the Sophisticated Gift of Kings, as you can see here. Moving on, we have the Winter Snowflake. Now this item, I'll actually show you a little something of it. Even though this might fool you at first, okay, I love it when the items placed by themselves. So yeah, don't let this fool you. At first glance, you might think it's doing times 25k, but in actuality, it's just doing times 5 and adding 50k, which is still really good, times 5, and the conveyor is average speed, but the item is fairly small. And another thing that I think is also a really good selling point for this is you get out like a Transylvanian refiner here. The yellow side of the Transylvania refiner will set your ores on fire, which you never want to see. You never want to see that happen. But this item, Can I hit both of you? Right? Nope. Okay. Uh, but this item will actually extinguish flames, as you saw right there. It's on fire and then it's not. So that's really nice. Really nice. Um, very useful. Very useful. That came out of the delicate precipitation gift. Moving on, another big item here. We have, well, big item, big present. The Gingerbread Mansion. It's pretty simple. It looks really nice. Multipliers. It does times 8 regularly and times 12 if you use the gingerbread house before it. It's a little poor cousin. Uh, so that's pretty good. Personally, I use this and the Santa's castle in my setups. Though I would understand if you don't. They are fairly large, but nothing too much. And of course, a Gingerbread Mansion was unboxed from the Frosted Gift of Spice, which I believe is the biggest gift inside the entire event. Moving on, we have the Easter statues, which came out of the gift of funny eggs. And full disclosure now, before a recent update that buffed this item, it would have been super garbage. Absolute. Let me break this down for you a little bit. So this item, it normally, well, let me not say that. If you put the ore through just the bottom upgrader because you don't want to bother with the top one, you won't be having a good time. Uh, it's not multiplying the ore at all. So what you have to do instead is you gotta put it through the top upgrader before putting it through the bottom. And for some people, this might be a little hard, but honestly, you just put a teleporter down and you're golden. And once you have that down, it will do a whopping times 32, which is actually really good. I believe that's the highest single multi one of these items have in the whole update. So this is actually not the best. I was wrong. Is this if you go times 32? That's the conveyor speed isn't terribly fast on the bottom or the top, but it's faster than usual. So I'm happy. Um, I would, I could rank this higher, but it's just a little awkward to use. And then moving on, so that was our, I believe, fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that was our sixth item of the night. The next item is the Snow Globe Refiner, which is actually a returning exotic from 2017, I believe. Unboxed from the fragile gift of frozen containment, of which I have so many of. So many of. This item is erased, not erased year, and it will do times 2.5 on the first go through, and then add 50% every time after that. So it's nothing spectacular, but it's still pretty good. So I would recommend using it if you have some space. It doesn't accept especially large ores like the gargantuan mine. So that's a little problematic, but other than that, it's pretty good. Looks pretty nice, I guess. Interesting at the very least. Yeah. Number 8 on our list. I really hope I'm counting right. Number 8 on our list is the Santa's Rage, unboxed from the Gigantic Gift of Mischief, which is the rarest gift you could have gotten from the event, and also the smallest gift in terms of size, not hitbox. This item, as you can see, has a very fast drop rate, and if we were to put it in, say, an industrial of some sort, with like an industrial fire crystal mine, you would see that this now mimics the drop rate of that. So, very fast drop rate. Good for industrials and the like. It's a little big. You know, the hitbox should honestly be reduced a little bit in the back, but it's actually faster than Weapon, by the way. You can see putting them side to side. You can see the whole one leaves not very much in the way of gaps, whereas this one certainly does. But they're basically, well, this one's basically modeled after this. So, yeah, this is the fastest dropper in the game now, so that's cool. Moving on, we have number 9. Yeah, number 9, the Santa's Deluxe Sleigh. As you can see at this point, the items aren't that amazing. This normally does a times 3. It's super slow on the conveyor, so I'm not a big fan of it. Normally does times 3. If you use the Santa's Sleigh, it will do times 4. So nothing spectacular. Came out of the gift of snow dashing. 10th on our list is another returning. Also, the Santa's Deluxe Sleigh is returning. There's another returning, the Grand Christmas Tree, which once upon a time was pretty good, uh, especially in the winter. But that was 2 years ago, so you can imagine how the state of furnaces changed within that time span. If we were to put a basic iron mine, you would right now you would get, I believe, 5K. Oh, so that's even less than I thought. So it's doing about times was at 1.15K, which is decent, I guess. But nothing spectacular. Definitely nothing spectacular. Came out of the Once a Grand Tree gift, which is actually pretty representative of this item. It was once great, but now it's cut down. The sun comes in. Next and finally on our list is the biggest, I guess, in some way, item, which is the Second Amendment, which is a returning item from I think it was removed early 2016 or late 2015. The Second Amendment, it's a wall that gives you a turret. The turret does not follow your mouse very well at all. That was easy. Let's actually let's some zombies somewhere. Some straight clowning going. As you can see, when I'm hitting them, it does a decent amount of damage, and it also just shoots really quickly. So just give a little reload and give another fire. Yeah, I really can't. It's really hard to aim it at your items. Let's just say that. That came out of the the gift of Patriots, which was the second rarest gift actually. And yeah, I mean, it looks like a wall, an old wall. It is an old wall. I'm happy it's back, but it's just not functionally good, so it's like last. Yeah, that's been the list. Another recap by far again is the Ghosts of Christmas Present and Past. Then Santa's Workshop. Then Winter Snowflake, Gingerbread Mansion, followed by the Easter statues. Snow Globe Refiner, followed by Santa's Rage. Let me get that out one more time. It's a funny concept, I guess. Useful. If point farming was still a thing, these would be pretty nice. Then we have the Deluxe Santa's Sleigh, nothing to write home about. Then Grand Christmas Tree, again, nothing spectacular. Then for Second Amendment, which being a, I guess, old player, I'm happy to see come back. It was replaced by a thingamajig when they removed basically all combat, which is unfortunate. Happy to see it back, but it doesn't really do much for me. Anyway, that's been my ranking. It's not the greatest. It might change from person to person, but personally, just in terms of usefulness of items, this is what I designed. This hasn't been the cleanest video I've ever made, but I made it. See ya.